This is not useful to filming a time lapse. How are we doing? You alright? How you doing?
Love the content, by the way.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Right guys, welcome down to the Quest for the Open vlog this week. And wow, yeah, so winter is here. Or should I say he's just never leaving. Head down to studio, starting the vlog with a lesson and some time inside. Oh my word. Oh.
Single morning before I go to work, I'm always up between 6 and 6:30.
Just do some wedge tests. Just want to say thank you. TaylorMade firing me through a new 52 degree. Whatever focuses. So 52, I'm going to move it in slowly. Mill grinds, got standard bounce. There we go. So 9 degrees. And it is super shiny. So if anyone finds my old one in Spain, keep it. Don't send it back. Because you're not done anyway. Okay, lesson done with. I'll go through this in a little bit more detail when at home. Don't want to overrun with Dan. But that, mate, was very good. It was very good. I've been working mostly on pitching today, just trying to figure out a little bit about why my accuracy was so off, and I think we've done some pretty good work, and I'll show you the TrackMan combined test. Were you pretty much happy with everything there?
I was pleasantly very surprised. I thought your score was excellent. I won't spoil it for people.
What are you trying to say? You've been pleasantly surprised.
You showed me stats to start off with, and they weren't showing you in the greatest delight. But now,
all right, I was going to put this camera. Down. I'm going to have a look. Oh, look who's out for his first ever walk. Not only that, his first ever walk in the snow. Are you excited, Murphy? Excited? Oh, that bin. Yes, doesn't that smell lovely?
Yeah.
Look at him. Hey, hello. So today was originally meant to be competition day, and that didn't really happen. And this is not the worst of the weather which is coming over. Apparently it's going to be really windy later on as well. So unfortunately no chance of golf, but we'll go through the lesson that we did yesterday with Dan, just on all the pitching and everything else. And it was good actually, but we'll do that back inside, just heading off to the post office.
Hello. So the first thing we're going to look at is just the stats and how these guided the lesson with Dan yesterday. So you can see here, these are some of the stats from Lumina, so the last competition I played, the Pro-Am. And you can see that my short approach play, so my wedges, was pretty poor. So I was missing left, I was missing right, I was missing short, I was missing long, and I wasn't stiffing it, basically. And with these short wedge shots, really want to be getting in nice and close. You know, with a short wedge shot from 50 to 100 yards, that type of distance, and obviously below that, but I want to be attacking the flags and feeling like I can hole it. That's the type of thing I want to go in thinking about. And when I was in Lumina, I don't think there was a single wedge shot that I hit that I thought, you know what, that's got a chance of going really close. And you can see here by the strokes gained, I was losing strokes on the field where I should have been really picking them up. Fortunately, I was putting incredibly well. So it was almost a bit of a masking effect in some respects on the score. I think if I hadn't been putting quite so well, especially on the first 2 days from longer distances, then I would have scored much higher. So that's what really guided the lesson. So let's have a little bit of a look at that video. So the biggest problem I was having, I was finding trouble controlling trajectory, but also starting line. So it was starting a little bit left, a little bit right. It just wasn't as consistent as it needed to be starting off on target line. So what I worked on with Dan is just trying to figure that out. Now, what it actually appeared like is that my swing, I've been working on trying to move my lower half a little bit better, get a little bit more rounded with the swing as I come through, and I'd almost just over-exaggerated it. And then every now and again, I'd drop onto my back foot when I was hitting my wedge shots, and I'd hit like a high flippy type of horrible one, which wasn't allowing me to control my ball flight. So what we worked on, and you can see on the video here, is controlling my lower half, so keeping it much steadier, having a nice normal backswing, nothing really changed there, maybe getting a little bit more rounded rather than picking up on the outside. And then as I was moving through, getting the weight into that left side, turning through and just trying to keep my hands a little bit more in front of my body rather than wrapping them around. That was great, but you should always test yourself. You should always see if there is an improvement. Now what I did is I did this TrackMan combined test, which is basically focused on wedge shots. And this is the test that I did on the TrackMan. Now this is a combined test which basically measures my wedge play. So I had 3 shots at 60 and then 3 shots at all of these stations up to 120 yards. And what you can see here, I scored an 82 on the 60 yards, but apart from that, it was pretty solid really, and I had an average score, well a combined score should I say, of 88.1. Now that puts me at a +5 or better rating for my short game on this test. Now having a +5 rating on my short game, awesome. Fantastic. And I'm just going to show you here, I'm going to pull up Jason Duffner, who's a very high scorer on everything that he does, obviously, but very good on TrackMan. And he had a 92.2 rating of +5 or better on the complete TrackMan combined test. But you can see here on his wedge play, I was actually not a million miles away from him on those 60 to 120 yard shots. So again, it just shows that in that test environment, there was an improvement. Now, the thing to say here is obviously this is an indoor simulator, so it's not got all those conditions that you would find on the course, so different lies and winds and conditions, you know what I mean, all the rest of it. But within this controlled environment, then my scoring was very good. So I'm happy with that change, and I'm happy about how I can test that now against some very good players by using the TrackMan when I'm at Dan's studio. And this brings me on to probably the last bit of this video, and it's a question that quite a few people have been asking recently, because this year there's been a definite change in how I'm approaching my videos. So I'm basing a lot more stuff on how I am playing and how my game is progressing. I did this last year obviously with the Quest for the Open stuff, but I put much more of an emphasis on it this year. Now there is a reason for that. That's the first thing to say, because what I want to do is I want to use myself as a bit of a guinea pig. So I want to test out new theories, I want to do new practice things, and I want to basically start to change the way that I have practiced and played for pretty much my whole golfing career. And then what I want to do is test out my new game and my new improvements in competitions. Yes, there is that ultimate goal of the Quest for the Open, trying to do as well in qualification as I possibly can. But it's more than that. It's not just getting into the Open if we can. It's about the journey, it's about the improvement, and it's about how that improvement is happening. And because of this, what I'm going to be able to do is actually tell you guys conclusively, this worked for me, this didn't work for me, I'm happy with this, I'm not happy with that. And what I'm hopefully going to be able to do is, by testing new things out on my game, is actually allow you guys to pick up and learn things much better. Because at the end of the day, with tip videos, so just generalized tip videos, you send them out there to the masses and people can work on them. They might get better, they might not, but there's no real kind of connection there. With this, I'm working on the things that I'm putting out there. These wedge changes here with Dan and how the swing changes, what that does to my technique. You can take something from that and maybe apply that to your own game, and that's the way that I want to do it. And by practicing and playing myself, and by actually putting myself in a competitive situation, what that allows me to do is still stay in touch with that process of improvement, because that is not easy to do when you're not playing in competitions. It really is. One of the things that I found a couple of years ago when we started the Quest for the Open stuff is I had much more of an appreciation of how hard changes are, because people were coming in for lessons, and sometimes it was a little bit frustrating because it was like, well, you just need to do this movement, you know, why can't you do this movement? Without realizing just how hard, and without remembering just how hard it is to actually make changes within a golf swing, and to stick at it, and to stay and true to a course to actually try and improve. And I only regained that appreciation by practicing, by playing in competitions. So far, it's been good for my own game, yes. Hopefully it's been good for other people's games as well, and the feedback I've got has shown that. But also for my coaching, it's better because I have that appreciation and that understanding a little bit more. So that's why I'm going through the process this way. That's why the videos are more focused on my game. Also, you've got the course vlogs, Finch Friday, Tech Tuesdays, and all the rest of it. So they're staying, they're not going anywhere. But this is the way that I want to try and help you guys improve. By improving my game, by testing out new things, and then relaying the information on. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and follow me on my other social media platforms as well. Hopefully, we'll be getting out there again and playing very soon in competitions as well. Fingers crossed. But some really cool stuff being filmed next week as well. And then going into the end of March and April, then it starts to get absolutely crazy. So many cool things coming. I can't wait. So guys, make sure you subscribe, hit that little bell icon while you're at it as well, so you do get notifications of my videos. And we'll see you down here next time.